we are Render Street, and we are helping people build awesome images like this and delivering them to the big and to the small screen. We didn't have a chance to help on this movie. It was a nice sequence in the previous frame that didn't work, but because we weren't incorporated at the time it was released, but we're looking forward to seeing the next one. And in the meantime, I bet you're wondering how you can convince a giant robot to play a part in your movie. Well, the basic process is pretty simple. First, you start with a sketch made by a graphics artist, usually on paper. Then, the sketch is converted to a 3D model by a 3D professional, and this time using a computer. The final step is called rendering, and it turns the 3D model into the pretty image you see on the screen. Now, the catch into all this process is that this final step, rendering, takes up a lot of computing power. And let me show exactly how much a lot is by taking an example from the same movie, Transformers. If you were to render a single second of movie on a single computer, it would take you 3 years. Obviously, that's not a valid choice. The entire movie will get finished in a lifetime. They did it in 3 days using a high-capacity render farm. That's all very nice, but what if you're not a movie company with an almost unlimited budget, but a professional or a small company and still need to render something fast or in a decent time? Well, the obvious solution is you go to an online render farm. And our partner, Wana, actually tried that about a year ago. She had this big project with, of course, a small deadline, and she tried all the available render farms on the market. The results were disappointing. She ended up rendering everything on her home computer, losing a couple of nights in the process, and almost missing the deadline. So that was the moment when we decided to start Render Street. And we started it with 3 goals in mind. First, to make it easy to use. And our interface is so easy to use that if you ever use Google, you'll just know how to use it. The second goal was to have customer support done by 3D professionals. And this is actually important because rendering is complicated. And our customers need to know that there's someone who can speak the language and can actually understand what the problem is and help them solve it. And the final goal was to have affordable prices. And we do that by rendering in the cloud and billing the customers by the minute instead by the hour. So this is Render Street. Easy to use, awesome customer support, and affordable prices. We disrupt our market by greatly simplifying the rendering process. And I have the images to prove that. These are actual screenshots from our website. You can see the interface is very clean, very easy to understand. The process of adding a new job is also very, very easy. Just upload the file, select a few options, and our system does everything else automatically in the background. Press a button, and in a few minutes, you'll see the images coming to life. And after that, you can just download them. It's that simple. A few words about our team. I have been working with Sorin, our CTO, which is here in the audience, for 12 years now. We went together to 3 different companies. And I stopped, yeah, it makes me feel very old saying that. Anyway, we had a successful exit from one of those companies, and we're working together on Render Street now. Our third partner, Wana, is a 3D artist with a lot of experience in the field. She's also a very active blogger and a community influencer and knows very well our market. Speaking of which, our market has been estimated 200,000 users last year. It's very dynamic, has a 20% growth rate forecasted for the next 4 years, which means it will more than double at the end of this interval. Now a few words about our business. We started working on the project last year, about January. We had the private beta program launched in November last year and an official launch in February this year. And just a few weeks ago, we acquired the newest based competitor. We have a pay-per-use model, which means that the users have to prepay everything they use on our farm. We have no free model, no free plan at this moment. At the moment, we have 45 customers as of today. Worldwide, unfortunately, we don't have any customer in Romania. The average revenue per paying customer is $200, and the graph here shows the evolution of paying and active customers since our launch. we can definitely say we have traction now. We are looking to raise 500 euros to accelerate our growth, and this will bring us a one-year runway and the opportunity to hire more personnel, to boost our marketing effort, and to acquire top-of-the-line hardware. Thank you for watching this presentation. If you want to know more about us, I'll be happy to answer your questions right now or in the networking session.
We're a bit short on time, so one or two very short questions.
Thank you. This is Rado. I have some issues with the math here. So you are saying that the full market, global, I mean, the biggest market that you can imagine is 200,000 users. You can attempt, I would think 10% would be really a big market share if you get. And then you are claiming a $200 per year per your customer?
Per user, not per year.
Per user.
Per user, yes. These are actual.
That's even worse.
These are actual numbers from what we have right now.
If you do the math with 10% market share and $200 per customer, you are getting to your maximum potential $4 million.
Or $8 million if you consider the market going to 400,000 users as forecasted. And at this moment, we haven't tapped into the most lucrative resource, which is small to medium companies. At the moment, we have mostly individuals that are enrolled on our farm, and even like that, we had orders over $2,000. So I believe there is potential to raise that figure.
Marius, this is Dan speaking. It seems as if marketing will be an area which you obviously will need to focus on. From
That's
the
correct.
500,000 euros which you would like to raise, percentage-wise, how much do you expect to allocate for marketing purposes? Or perhaps you should actually raise more money or try to raise more money.
We can, if needed, we can divert from buying hardware, the money from buying hardware to marketing. The hardware is will only give us a boost. We are working right now. We are cash positive, so. But your assessment is very correct. We need to focus on the market. We are actively looking now for partnerships and for people that can promote our services in countries where we don't have access. And to answer your question, I think we should allocate about 30% of that to marketing in the first stage.
One final.
Hi, this is Dragos.
Hi, Dragos.
Just a short question. You didn't say much about the competition. Are there any plans or any other, information about one of the biggest players in the cloud to launch such a similar service, and what would be your approach to that?
There is competition on the segment. I think I've listed a few competitors in the presentation that is included in your papers. As for a major player, you mean like someone like Autodesk or?
No, I'm talking about the players who have a lot of processing power on the cloud, like Amazon.
Well, Amazon, it's not in that core business to do that. So I think the probability of them launching a similar service is pretty low. They are focused on infrastructure on a service as a service, so I don't think they will deviate in a market like this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.